And welcome in now to Poplar Bluff Senior High School. I'm Frankie Castile. It is at the end of the third quarter, and right now it is all Poplar Bluff here. The Mules JV 60-14 currently over the Kennett Indians, and we're going live a little bit earlier tonight because we've got multiple interviews that we are expected to bring you live tonight. We're going to be talking to the Poplar Bluff swim team. Also joining us later on is Coach Beth Lewis. And then, of course, we're supposed to have on Zoe Freeman as well. Zoe Freeman, of course, is the four-time SEMO Conference champion when it comes to wrestling. So we will have all of that coming up during this pregame. Now, since we are in the mercy rule, so to speak, it is a foregone conclusion that, of course, the clock is going to run here during this quarter, and that is because of the 60-14 lead right now that Bluff has over the Kennett Indians on the JV side. So that being said, we're going to welcome in Coach Beth Lewis in just a moment. We'll let her sit down here and get mic'd up, and then we will welcome her into the program here as we get ready for the fourth quarter to begin. It has been all Poplar Bluff to this point, as the Mules right now, the Mules JV that is about to get another win here tonight against a familiar opponent in the Kennett Indians. Let's welcome in now the coach of the Poplar Bluff swim team, Coach Beth Lewis. And Coach, so glad to have you alongside here this afternoon, this evening, and welcome alongside, and tell me how things have been going so far for this season for your team.
They've been going. It's been going pretty fast and furious.
Pretty fast and furious. Yeah, I like that. You know, for those who don't know, you do so much for these programs and so much for the community. Let's talk about how many years, first and foremost, you have been at Poplar Bluff.
19. This 19. Is the 19th year.
Tell me how things have changed over the 19 years so far. It's got to change a little bit, right?
Yeah. I think just like the growth of the sports, the different sports coming in, and the growth of the participants, the numbers of people, coming out to participate and play. We've seen that grow over time quite a bit, and it's always nice seeing the growth of female sports.
Absolutely. One thing that has really grown over the years, and that is the swim team. And I tell you what, one thing, and I'm guilty of it as well, I don't talk about it nearly enough, in how much that these girls compete day in and day out, and just how good this swim team really is.
Yeah, so 19 years ago, I was hired about 2 weeks before the season started, and I didn't know anything about swimming. And they told me to read and figure it out. And so here we are, a lot of YouTube videos and books and asking, experienced swimmers. And it's a different caliber of a sport because the impact on the body is not as intense as you would, in a sport that you're on your feet all the time.
Sure.
So you're able to compete day after day after day after day. Now, eventually, you do wear down, but you can get more competitions in a short amount of time, and that's kind of where we're at right now, where we compete at like 3-4 meets maybe in December, then we have a long break, and then it's just boom, 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 all through January.
And what's it like too? Because we don't have a lot of home meets here in Bluff. Is that right?
Right. We try to get at least 4 by inviting all the SEMO Conference schools over, but we don't have a very quote fast pool.
Sure.
So we try to keep the home beats more just for spectators and those that can't travel really far, but we try to get in those bigger, faster pools so we can get, those faster times, those state cuts, etc.
Who are some of the hot shots, so to speak, on the team this season?
Well, all of them.
All of them, absolutely. I love that answer. Absolutely.
No, seriously.
How many were there?
We have 28.
28.
Wow. I think when we first started, or when I first started coaching, I think the program was in its 4th year. We only had 9 girls.
Wow.
The largest team we've had is 40. But 28 is That's enough.
That's enough. Absolutely.
It's the manageable.
What we would do tonight is I did not anticipate it being a 64-19 ball game here in the fourth quarter. But what I did want to do is I wanted to maybe bring one of your players on. So tell me about the players the player that we're going to be interviewing tonight.
Well, we have KK. We call her KK because she always yells at me because I can't pronounce her first name. Willis. She is she's a third-year swimmer, so she's junior, and she's been very involved in our summer swim program. She's an individual that's involved with the 3 state cuts that we have right now in the relays, and then she has hit 2 individual state cuts. Now, the thing with swimming, you don't have a districts or sectionals. Only when you have a districts when it comes to dive, and that's pretty brand new. But you hit a state consideration time. Just because you hit it doesn't mean you go to state. So we don't know we're going to state till about 4 days, 5 days before. Yeah, it's a waiting game. So you look at the rankings, and you got to stay within the top 32. And then sometimes you can be 42nd and still go to state because somebody doesn't declare an event.
What's been the highlight so far this season for you guys collectively as a team?
I think just seeing the development and the growth. We've had, I think 9, 10, 11 girls that are brand new to the team. And what you're trying to do is jam-pack 10 years of knowledge and ability into 2 months.
Wow.
And it like I said, it's fast and furious. So you're trying to do everything you can to get these girls caught up. And
the season runs from when?
We usually start 1 week after basketball, so the second week of November.
Wow.
And then it goes to about Valentine's. That week is usually our conference, and then that following week is state.
So here's what I want to do, because obviously when I asked you to come up here tonight, I did not anticipate it being a 40-point ball game. So what I like to do, are you going to be hanging out for this ball game a little bit, or for the varsity game, or what's your plans?
Yeah. Well, my bedtime is 8, but
listen, my bedtime was already 30 minutes ago.
For you, Frankie, I will.
Okay, so here's what I like to do. If it's okay with you, I would like to. After I interview Coach Will Durden here, maybe bring on KK, and then we can talk to her.
Lily Gregory,
and then we
right
can talk to Lily as well, and then bring you back on around halftime if that works for you.
Not a problem.
All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to interview Coach Will Durden here real fast, and we'll get him to his team, and then we'll interview the players coming up following the interview with head coach Will Durden. Tonight's about swim team. We want to make sure that we recognize our Poplar Bluff swim team. They do a phenomenal job, and we want to make sure that we do our part and give them some love as well. And then, of course, later on, we'll be interviewing Zoe Freeman as well. She is the 4-time SEMO Conference Wrestler of the Year, so we want to make sure that we show love to her as well. Let's welcome on the head coach now of Poplar Bluff, head coach Will Durden of the Mules. And, Coach, I'll be honest, I did not see a scenario where the JV is like this, so now it's your turn, and can we get a 50-point win?
I'll just take a 1-point win.
Okay.
At this point in the season, the JV team played, pretty good, and it's kind of nice to get an early start on the game and get home early.
Absolutely. I like your attitude. I want to go back to Saturday real fast. And I'll tell you what, Coach, I did not expect what we saw on Saturday. I know our team is good, but, man, we came out, shot 59% from the field. We led in every category, went on a 17-2 run to begin the ball game. That is our kind of basketball. We needed a game like that to get back in rhythm. Call it the home crowd, but I think our team played as well as they have played all season on Saturday afternoon.
I think we definitely played the most complete game we played in a long time. We've had some games this year where we struggled to score in a quarter, but I thought this game defensively we were engaged a lot more throughout the game, and that led to some easy buckets for us.
And I talked to Coach Duncan about this after the game. We saw him dominate in this ball game as well. But I'll tell you what, I think Briscoe's getting better every ball game. 6 rebounds in the minutes he was in for you, and that's got to give you guys a big boost as we move into February now.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely getting better. Sometimes you got to play some games and play some minutes that he hadn't started playing basketball until late. It's kind of one of those things, but I think he's getting better every game. He's getting stronger, and he's getting more confidence, and that's kind of where he's at right now. He just needs reps.
Is there one area on Saturday that you looked at, you went back and watched the video other than the horrible commentating on that ball game, but did you go back and look at anything else and say, you know what, we got to clean this up before tonight?
You know, I thought we played a pretty good game. I mean, you know, most games as you reflect and you watch video, you see some things that – and during the game, you didn't think you did very well, and it wasn't as bad. And then, you know, you see some things that in the game you thought you did excellent, and, you know, it wasn't as good as what you thought. So, you know, overall, I thought the kids played hard, and they stayed engaged throughout the entire game, and they stuck to the game plan. I mean,
Sure.
The guy that, you know, the big kid that they had that's going to Mississippi State to play football, he was averaging a double-double.
But we shot him down. I mean, we did. We surrounded him.
We frustrated him a little bit, and again, like the kids knew the game plan coming in, and they stuck with it, and they believed in it, and that's what we need to do, you know, the rest of the year.
I know we're not wasting any time. You're right. We're going to get out of here early tonight. So the Mules coming in, just our second conference ball game all season. Kennett 1-4 so far this year. What do you know about Kennett? And more importantly, how do we beat them and get to 1-1 in the conference?
I mean, we've seen them a few times. Saw them in a conference tournament. We watched a video on them. I mean, they play hard. You know, it's that time of the year where, you know, everybody's kind of struggling a little bit. I mean, it's that mid-year slump, but they got a couple good players. Dyson, the Dyson kid he's tough. I mean, he's good with the ball, and he can shoot it well. And you know, they're always going to be a tough out. Anytime you play in the SEMO Conference, any team you play in the SEMO Conference is going to be tough.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations. Go get them, and we'll see you guys after the ball game tonight.
All right, thanks.
You betcha. Head coach Will Durden joining us live here on the pregame show. We're kind of cramming everything in like we can. We're trying to get everything in here coming up here during our pregame show, because not only are we talking about the basketball team, but we're also talking about the swim team as well. So we're going to try to get on KK Willis. We'll try to get her in, and we'll bring her live on camera here with about 13 minutes to go here in the pregame. We'll try to get the junior swimmer on the air right now, and we'll let her get mic'd up, and we'll welcome her in the first time here on the program, and we'll introduce you to KK Willis. She is a junior for the Mules swim team. Well, let's welcome in Miss KK Willis. And first off, congratulations so far on an amazing season. We're going to put you on camera, so we'll have it right there for you. So first and foremost, talk about the swim team and talk about for you, what's it been like so far for this season as you guys got going back in November?
The swim team this year has been extremely successful. We have a swim team of about 32 girls, and all of them have picked up on new concepts so amazingly. We are very cohesive as a team. For me personally, this season has been absolutely fantastic. Personally, I had to overcome a lot of stuff between my freshman and sophomore year, and I've been a much happier person, and that has helped so much with how I've performed in the water.
Let me ask you, what has been some of your highlights here so far for this season, or maybe even in your entire swimming career at Poplar Bluff?
My highlights this season have been swimming at City of Roses. I PR'd in, which means personal record, in my 50 free, which is down to 26 seconds, and my 100 freestyle, which is down to 59 seconds, which for me is incredible.
Talk about, and I know this is, you know, coming from me, but you can actually articulate this so much better. Talk about your practice schedule. I mean, I can't imagine all the hours that go in to making this work. Am I right on that?
Absolutely. At the beginning of our swim season, we have what we call two-a-days. We get up around 4:30 in the morning. We have to be at the school at 5. Practice starts at 5:10, 5:15.
Wow.
And we have that for 2 weeks. And from there, it's every single day from 3:30 to 5:30, except for Wednesdays, we get out at 5. We work so hard over breaks, having 3 hours a day over things like Thanksgiving break and Christmas break while everybody else is sleeping in.
So between all the practice time, when do you study? You got to have that time too, right?
Yeah. When I'm not in the pool or at school, I'm
got a book in
either
your hand.
studying or sleeping.
Absolutely. And of course, now coming up here, talk about what the rest of this season looks like for you on a personal level, but more importantly for the team as well.
The rest of the season goal is first place at conference.
And when does that take
team.
place?
I don't know the exact date. It's in a couple weeks.
Okay, a couple of weeks for that. And then for those who don't know a lot about what you girls go through on the swim team or whatnot, this is my favorite part of the program. Tim, we'll have it go back full screen for just a minute. I want you to look in that camera, and the folks that are watching right now, what do you want them to know about what you guys do in the pool and how much work goes into what you guys do each year?
In the pool, we are incredibly dedicated swimmers. In the pool, we are working our tushies off for 2 hours every single day. In the pool, we are just absolutely relentless. We're there to win.
Well,
It's
I'm so glad that you were able to come in and talk to me a little bit about your season. I know that you guys do so well, and good luck to you guys coming up in the conference in a couple of weeks. We're pulling for you, but what I want to have happen is once the conference is over, make sure and come back and tell me how it went. Live on the air, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
All right, we're going to let KK get back to the student section, and I believe our next interview coming up, we're going to bring in Lily Gregory as well. She is a 4-year swimmer. She went to state as an alternate her freshman year, and we'll get her on the program as well. We'll be interviewing her, talking about her career so far at Poplar Bluff. We want to give a big shout out once again to KK Willis for joining us to begin our broadcast here this evening so far. Let's welcome in Lily Gregory now, who is a 4-year swimmer and went to state her freshman year as an alternate. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. So for you being a senior, walk me through what's it been like the last 3.5 seasons with Poplar Bluff in the swim category.
It's been phenomenal. You know, my coaches have really supported me throughout. I've had about 3 different assistant coaches, and you know, they've all been very motivational. They've pushed me to be my best, and I started out obviously not the best, and they pushed me to be the best I can.
Talk about, I know she's right behind us, but it's okay. I'll give you permission. How cool is Coach Beth Lewis, right?
She's amazing, really. She's done a lot for the team, and she's just been our support system throughout the past 3.5 years.
So talk about some of your personal bests so far during your 3.5 seasons with Poplar Bluff, swim. Talk about some of your goals you have achieved and what you still want to achieve the next few weeks.
Well, I definitely want to achieve under a 1 minute 100 free. That's definitely up there. Winning conference would be a big accomplishment. You know, we've worked so hard, and we just really, that's up there. That's really up there. And going to state is a big deal for us.
So winning conference, we'll start with that first. I mean, obviously, I would imagine with the team that is within your rim to get done, it's a possibility, right?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. We've worked so hard over these past few months, and it would just really, it would make everybody so happy. Families, friends, coach.
You know, I got a chance to ask KK this. How crazy is the practice schedule for the swim team?
Right, so we wake up early in the mornings and we'll have swim practice the first 2 weeks. And then after that, you know, we'll have a few Saturday practices. We'll practice after school about 2 hours. But, you know, we make it really fun. We all have great attitudes. We make it fun.
Absolutely, and it's sad to say that eventually it's going to come to an end. So for you, what are some goals for you after high school?
Well, I'm going to attend Three Rivers, and I plan to graduate with my Associates of Applied Science degree and go on to physical therapy.
That is awesome. So same thing I asked KK. I want you to look in that camera right there. For those who don't know what you guys go through, talk to them and let them know what you want them to know about the Poplar Bluff swim team.
You know, we have a lot of workouts. We work really hard through the season. The team makes it fun. We're a family, and it's just a really great program. You know, we have, you know, the Black River Coliseum. We work with what we have, but we really do make it work.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad you were able to come over here for a few short minutes and talk to us a little bit. And good luck to you guys as you guys prepare for conference and then the overall state coming up. We know that you guys are going to be able to do it. But once you guys get it done, you got to make sure and come back and tell me how it went.
I will, for sure. Thank you.
All right, Lily Gregory joining us live, a senior for the swim team. We're going to come back in about 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching live coverage of the Poplar Bluff Mules. This is the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back here live in Poplar Bluff. We are about ready for the opening lineups here tonight. We want to give a big shout out once again to the Poplar Bluff Mules swim team for joining us here on the air to begin. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs and we are going to do our starting lineups. But first, we are going to do our national anthem, and then we will come back with the official starting lineups here tonight. Presented by the Show Me Marching Band. Let's go down courtside for the official lineups, and then we'll have tip-off in just a moment. Getting the introduction here to begin with tonight for the Kennett Indians. Also, Antonio Flakes is getting the introduction as well for the Indians. Dyson Watson, a 6'1" senior. Antonio Flakes, a 6'3" sophomore. Also, number 11, Zane Franklin. He is a 6'4" sophomore. Number 24, Hayden Gilmore, 6'2" senior. And number 34, Syer Thomas. He is a 6' junior. Starting lineups for the Kennett Indians. Now looking over at the Poplar Bluff Mules for Coach Will Durden. Coach Will Durden in his 13th season as the head basketball coach. Getting the first introduction, a 6'5" sophomore, number 1, Markel Hurd. He is averaging under 4 points a ball game. Also, number 3, Jay Edmondson, a 5'11" senior. Edmondson averaging under 5 points a ball game. Number 4, Dallas Williams. He is a 6'4" junior, averaging 11 points a ball game. Number 30, Brendan Durden. He is averaging 14 points a ball game, a 6'1" senior. And his younger brother, Sammy Durden, a 6'4" sophomore. He is averaging 10 points a ball game to go along with 8.7 rebounds as well. All right, so there you go. Those are the starting lineups. And for both teams, we thank you so much here for tuning in. Here we go. And I'll tell you what, it was a very fast pace pregame show, and that's because we had the privilege of interviewing several players during that time. And I tell you what, it was my honor to welcome in the Poplar Bluff swim team to the program. That was a lot of fun. They deserve a lot of praise and then some. All right, down Dallas Williams. Dyson Watson is going to be in the middle. He is Tim Hicks on the camera. I'm Frankie Castile. So glad to have you alongside. It is now time for the opening tip. It's all being brought to you by First Midwest Bank. Here we go. It'll be controlled by the Kennett Indians. They are wearing their away black jerseys with the white and gold trim and the white and gold numbering. Poplar Bluff, they are wearing their home white jerseys with the maroon trim and the maroon numbering. Antonio Flakes now guarded by Jay Edmondson. Flakes going inside the paint. Pull-up jumper is good. Kennett is off to a 2-0 lead. So now Edmondson gets it over to Dallas Williams from behind the arc and drains a three-ball. Boy, he has been getting awfully good behind the three-point line. 7:09 to go here in the first quarter. 3-2 now. We're going to get a whistle and a bumping foul coming up on Brendan Durden. It'll be his first personal foul. Team foul number 1 for the Poplar Bluff Mules. By the way, tonight's officials are Tyler Trover, Denver Stuckey, and Rick Hearing. Those are the officials for tonight's contest. We have played 1 minute here in the first quarter. Three ball is good by Dyson Watson. Boy, got to watch out for this young man. He can explode. He is averaging nearly 24 points a ball game. Mules read him real well in the scouting report. Zane Franklin goes in and knocks down that pass by Brendan Durden. Outside shot by Hayden Gilmore is too strong. Boy, good rebound, offensive rebound at that time by Zane Franklin, who will draw the contact. He's going to shoot some free throws coming up. Make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. Let us know where you're watching from. Jay Edmondson picks up the foul. And quickly coming in the ball game now for Sammy Durden will exit the ball game. Makai Ensko, and they're going to wave off the shot there by Zane Franklin. It is a 6-3 ball game. So with 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Kennett Indians, and now Jay Edmondson. Edmondson now looking around. Long pass to Makai Ensko. Ensko, a senior for Poplar Bluff. There's a bounce pass to Markel Hurd. Getting it outside to Jay Edmondson. Now to Brendan Durden. Bang! Brendan Durden from downtown. Mules have tied the ball game. It is now a 6-6 score. Boy, that was a nice shot there by the senior for the Mules. Great ball movement as well. Mules have tied the ball game. Oh, good job getting it to Zaire Thomas. Gets it right back, and he is able to go back up and shoot it and score. Kennett now leads by 2. Mules nearly had a great takeaway there. Durden going to cross half court. Sammy Durden is actually in the locker room. Good job by Jay Edmondson with that reverse layup. It's now an 8-8 ball game. Sammy Durden, I believe, was injured during pregame warm-ups. So we'll see if he is able to come back in the ball game or not. Turnover by the Kennett Indians. 5:05 to go in the first quarter. Already 2 fouls by Poplar Bluff, none by the Kennett Indians. Edmondson will bring it down the floor. The Mules are going to slow it up a little bit. So glad to have you alongside tonight for some Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. Started out tonight with a lot of interviews, and boy, we like that around here. Williams' turnaround jumper is going to be short. On the other end, Gilmore is going to be blocked. Boy, I tell you what a great job there by Jay Edmondson on the block. You better believe it, this Mules team coming to play tonight. Mules are 8-9 on the season, and Kennett 5-11. Last time the Kennett Indians won a district championship. Turnover on the Indians. It'll be a turnover on Antonio Flakes. Goes right back over to the Mules. Last time Kennett won a district championship was all the way back in 2009 and 2010. The Indians are averaging about 55 points on offense, allowing 63 points on defense. Durden missing the first shot, gets his own missed shot, goes back up and scores it in. Mules now lead by 2. It's now 10-8. Thomas now with it. Bumped a little bit by Insko. Great no call by the officials. And now Dyson Watson going to go baseline, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on the Mules. It's either going to be on Williams, it will be on Williams, and that'll be his first. We're going to see J.R. Lathan coming in the ball game now for Dallas Williams, or make that Jay Edmondson. On the other end, Thomas will take a seat. And coming in is number 1, Ty Jones. On the inbound, the shot is no good. And a quick rebound by J.R. Lathan. Now good dish inside to Williams, who goes up and knocks it down inside the paint. Great pass there by Brendan Durden. Mules extending their lead a little bit. It is their biggest of the night. It is now a 4-point game. Ty Jones, who just checked in a moment ago, 5'10 junior, normally a starter, coming off the bench here tonight for Coach Seth McBroom. McBroom in his first season as head basketball coach here for the Indians. Dyson Watson missing the shot. Williams on the rebound. Williams goes up and draws the contact. By the way, for Coach Will Durden, he is in his 13th season as the head coach with a record of 190 wins to 137 losses, a winning percentage of .581. Foul going to be called on Dyson Watson, his first, team foul number 1. Williams with 5 points in the ball game. 64% free throw shooter, knocks down the first one. Tim Simpson is tuning in from Jacksonville, Florida. So glad to have you alongside, my friend, for some Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. 13-8 now the score. Williams' second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Antonio Flakes. And we're going to get a whistle and a jump ball. And it's going to go right to Markel Hurd. So Markel Hurd is going to get the offensive rebound, and the possession arrow now favors the Kennett Indians. Shot is no good by Brendan Durden, rebounded by the Kennett Indians. Watson now double teamed by Insko and by Durden, gives it up to Gilmore. Gilmore, long pass to Ty Jones. Jones guarded by J.R. Lathan, now double teamed, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Kennett Indians. Boy, that is great defense there by the Poplar Bluff Mules. And now we can kind of reset a little bit and tell you our broadcast is being brought to you by our good friends at First Midwest Bank. Also being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russian Towing. Also being brought to you by Baldwin Toyota, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners, Mossy Oak Properties, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, and being brought to you by Village Express in Poplar Bluff. So the Mules now out to a 5-point lead. They currently lead this game by a score of 13-8. Coming out from that timeout, also a big shout out to the Show Me Marching Band. Here's who is here tonight as well. For the Mules, Makai Insko is taking a seat for a minute. Also, Markel Hurd is taking a seat. Justin Briscoe is back in the ball game for the first time, a 6'8 sophomore. Also, Jay Edmondson in as well. Ty Jones with it, picked up by Dallas Williams. Boy, he has been such a huge asset the last few ball games. Ty Jones, off balance shot, knocks it down inside the paint. How in the world was he able to knock that one down? I'll never know. Jay Edmondson, bounce pass, gonna have it taken away. Dyson Watson missing the shot, and we're gonna get a whistle here. I believe it's gonna be a foul coming up on the Kennett Indians. They call that one on Zane Franklin, the last foul, by the way, on the Kennett Indians. It is a 13-10 score. Kennett trails by 3. Williams for the jumper, short on the jumper, rebounded by Antonio Flakes, the other number 4 on the floor right now. I like the shot taken by Dallas Williams, already 6 of the team's 13 points. The student section dressed in black tonight. Hayden Gilmore dumps it off to Dyson Watson. Watson picked up by Jay Edmondson. Now he'll back it out, reset the offense. 148 and counting, a one-handed pass to Ty Jones. Jones' shot is no good, rebounded by J.R. Lathan. Boy, great job by the Mules. Lathan lobs it up. It'll be taken away by Ty Jones. Mules turn it right back over to the Indians. That's their 3rd turnover here in the first quarter. Oh, Dyson Watson, what a move. Gets wide open and banks it in off the backboard. It is now a 13-12 ball game. Boy, that was a pretty shot by Dyson Watson, folks. He got wide open. Williams from the three-point line. Bang! It is now a 16-12 ball game. Williams already with 9 points in this contest. He is averaging 11 a ball game. Something tells me he might get above 11 here tonight. Dyson Watson, nice feed inside. He's got 7. 16-14, Mules lead by 2. Brendan Durden thought about taking a 3, short on the shot, rebounded by Zane Franklin. So now Kennett gonna slow it up a little bit, brought up by Dyson Watson. Watson double teamed, briefly gets out of harm's way. Gilmore for 3, it's money. It is now a 1-point game for the Kennett Indians. They now lead 17-16. Williams over to Brendan Durden. 5 seconds and counting. Durden is going to go in, and he's going to give it up, and it's going to be taken away by Ty Jones. Well, we have played a 1 in the books. It is a 1-point game. Kennett leads at 17-16. You're watching live coverage of Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. Back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Pizza Inn wants to know, what's your favorite slice? Is it our classic Supreme in all its warm, cheesy goodness? Or maybe it's the Meaty Max with its perfect combination of flavors and textures. And don't forget the fan favorite chocolate chip cookie dessert pizza, a mouth-watering masterpiece. Your Poplar Bluff Pizza Inn serves up all your favorites, so no matter what slice you crave, Pizza Inn will satisfy. Pizza Inn, where family and flavor meet.
All right, so we are back as we get ready for this second quarter. It is currently a 1-point game for the Kennett Indians. As we get set here, it'll be the same 5 on the floor, every which direction. So the Kennett Indians will start things off. They are going from left to right on your radio and your TV screen. 17-16 the score. Good job by Brendan Durden. Nearly had a steal that time. Ty Jones. Long three. This one is money for Hayden Gilmore. He's got 6 points. It is now a 20-16 ball game. Boy, it is loud in here. There's a big steal by Ty Jones. Jones over to Gilmore for three. It's good. Oh, baby, back-to-back threes. Coach Durden not happy, and are they going to give him a 30? They're going to give him a 30-second timeout. That is back-to-back threes for the Kennett Indians. Our ball game is being brought to you by our good friends at Village Express, also being brought to you by Pizza Inn, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Country Road Market, Subway, Christian Automotive and Tire, and being brought to you by Eye Care Specialist Larry Hillis Dodge, Air Solutions, Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law. Also being brought to you by Maverick Glass, Senator Jason Bean, and Ozark Total Healthcare. Our good buddy Andy Moore is in the house right in front of us. Big Mules fan too, by the way. Huge Mules fan. Biggest you're ever going to see in Poplar Bluff, I can promise you that. 7:16 to play here in the first half. 23-16 the score as the Indians lead it by 7. Markel Hurd hesitated for a minute, goes inside. Oh, an offensive foul is going to be called on Markel Hurd. No basket and no three-point play the old-fashioned way. By the way, Grandma Jackie tuning in tonight back in Poplar Bluff. Glad to have her alongside. She is ready for it to warm up a little bit, she said. Tired of the cold, Tim. Tired of the cold. Under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Kennett, man, they are bringing the pressure right now to the Mules. Gilmore's shot is no good. Rebounded by Dallas Williams. Pull-up jumper by Brendan Durden is good near the elbow. Good job there by Brendan Durden, ending a 8-0 run by the Kennett Indians. Boy, good job by Makai Insko. Insko doing everything he can to cause chaos right now to Dyson Watson. Thomas wide open for a moment. Good defense by the Mules. Gilmore three-pointer, no good this time. And it's going to go to Brendan Durden. Oh, good pass to a wide open Justin Briscoe. His first bucket of the ball game. Now the Mules are cooking again, down by 3. That was a nice feed by Brendan Durden to a wide open Briscoe. Shot is no good there by, well, it wasn't a shot. Good block again by Briscoe. And on the other end, a steal by Dyson Watson, taken right back by Dallas Williams. 2-on-1, gives it off to Markel Hurd. It goes up and scores. Boy, Dallas Williams, Mules are cooking. It's now a 1-point game. Mules down by a point. It is thunderous in here with the band, the student section, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on Markel Hurd, I believe. It'll be his second personal foul. Corbin Thomas coming in for Insko. Jay Edmondson comes in for Markel Hurd. Also coming in, Bryson Faulkner. He'll check in for Justin Briscoe. 5:19 to go here in the first half. It is a 1-point game as the Mules have come back down 23-16. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Kennett Indians. It is a full timeout, so let's step away for 30 seconds. We'll come right back. Mules down by 1 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Baldwin Toyota presents the benefits of owning a Toyota. Fuel efficiency. Toyota pioneered hybrid technology combining gasoline and electric power for optimal fuel economy. Reliability. Toyota vehicles are known for their durability and longevity, reducing the risk of costly repairs. a strong resale value. Toyota owners are more likely to fetch a higher price compared to similar models from other brands. Experience these benefits and more firsthand at Baldwin Toyota.
And we are back following the timeout. The Mules are shooting, by the way, 64% so far, 9 of 14, but 7 first-half turnovers. You look at the Kennett Indians, they are shooting 47% so far, and they've only got 3 turnovers to this point. So we will see how that pans out. You can hear the Poplar Bluff Show Me Marching Band. It is 4 timeouts. Kennett's got 3. Kennett leads by 1. Antonio Flakes goes down the lane, count it, and 1. So Flakes checks back in, and he goes to work. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Foul going to be on Corbin Thomas. Thomas will check out of the ball game. Back in Makai Insko. Antonio Flakes 3-point play the old-fashioned way. 26-22 now. Mules down by 4. Mules were outscored by 1 in the first quarter. Bryson Paulkner for 3. It's money. Boy, that was a big 3-ball there by Mr. number 11. Bryson Paulkner with a big 3. Mules once again cut it down to a 1-point game. Nice pass. Backdoor cut there by Jay Edmondson, setting up that 3-ball. Here is Ty Jones for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Dallas Williams. Now the Mules coming down the floor. Long pass over the head of Makai Insko. It'll be another turnover on the Mules, and that is number 4 so far in the ball game. .407 to play here in the ball game, or in the first half, rather, I should say. Aretha Warren is tuning in. Glad to have you alongside, and she says, let's go Mules. 1-point game again. Dyson Watson's shot is no good. And fighting for the loose ball rebound, picked up by Brendan Durden. Durden is going to lose it, and somehow Dallas Williams comes up with it. And now Durden has to get back in the ball game, and now we're going to get a foul as Durden had to go all the way around the Kennett players on the bench to get back in the ball game. That's how much dedication. Foul on Antonio Flakes, and Jay Edmondson now goes to the free throw line. He is a 51% free throw shooter this season. He has not been there tonight so far. First one is up, and it's good. Nothing but net. We are tied at 26. 26 all. Mules were down by 7 a moment ago. They have tied the ball game. Edmondson to give them a 1-point lead, and he does. 2 free throws are good. It's now 27-26. By the way, coming up at halftime, I believe we're going to be interviewing Coach Beth Lewis some more from the swim team, possibly Zoe Freeman as well. Mules 4-time SEMO Conference Champion of the Year. What a good move by Hayden Gilmore. He's got 11. It is now back to a 1-point game again in favor of the Indians. Durden outside to Williams. Long 3, money. What a nice switch that time. Durden set him up nice. Mules go ahead by 2. Boy, Williams, 12 points already in the first half. This kid, he has come alive the last 5 ball games. He is finding his stroke at the right time. Look at Makai Insko down there. He is zoned in right now on Dyson Watson. Watson averaging about 20-plus points a ball game. He's only got 7 right now. Ty Jones over to Gilmore for 3. It's good. He's got 14 points. 31-30. Boy, this is turning out to be a pretty good first half. Mules got down by 7. Kennett, they are really giving it to the Mules. Durden going inside, back out to Williams again for 3. This one is no good. Rebounded by Sir Thomas. 3:15 to go here in the first half. Mules down by 1, 31-30 with 2:09 to go here in the first half. Watson, wide open lane. He's got 9 points and a 3-point lead for the Indians. Jay Edmondson over to Makai Insko. Edmondson wide open 3. It's no good. Rebounded this time by Ty Jones. Jones now going inside the paint, and we're going to get a foul coming up on Jay Edmondson, his second, and that'll be the team's 4th. By the way, the Mules have out-rebounded 10-8 right now. Each team with only 2 offensive boards here in the first half. We're going to see, it looks like Justin Briscoe coming in the ball game, back in the ball game. Cade Anderson, Zane Franklin are going to come back in for the Indians. First free throw is on the way. It's up and it's good. Also, J.R. Lathan. So Thomas is going to come out. Bryson Faulkner and Jay Edmondson. Justin Briscoe. Second one on the way here for Ty Jones. Knocks them both down. And now we're going to see Jones taking a seat. And back now coming in for him is Cade Anderson. J.R. Lathan, by the way, checks back in for the Mules. It's now back up to a 5-point game again. Kennett leads at 35-30. Durden with it, long 3. This one off the backboard, it's no good. Good job by J.R. Lathan picking up that loose ball rebound, giving it inside to Williams, goes up and scores. Nice pass by J.R. Lathan. Williams has 14 points, and there's a big steal by J.R. Lathan. Lathan all by himself goes in and scores. That's what I'm talking about, number 2. J.R. Lathan getting it done offensively and defensively for the Mules. And the Mules now a 4-0 run. I know Miss Chappelle is happy right now in the stands here in Poplar Bluff. Going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. I believe it's going to be on Briscoe. And we are in the double bonus now the rest of the quarter. And that's going to put Antonio Flakes on the free throw line. He's got 5 points on the night. He is 1 of 1 on the free throw line in this ball game. First one is on the way. It is up and it is good. Coming back in for Kennett will be Ty Jones. He is going to check in for Zane Franklin. Second one is up, and it is good as well. 37 now to 34. Durden's shot is no good. Rebounded by Gilmore. Gilmore and Dallas Williams each with 14 points in the ball game. What a nice move by Dyson Watson. He's got 11 points now. Boy, that was nice all way around. Briscoe gets the open shot, or gets the open pass rather, and now we're going to get a whistle and a turnover on the Mules. For the Mules, that is number 9 here in the ball game. Back in Zaire Thomas, back in for Cade Anderson. 24.8 seconds remaining here in the first half. It is a 5-point game. Antonio Flakes is going to have it taken away. J.R. Lathan does it again. Goes in and scores. J.R. Lathan, that is his second time on the pass. And the Mules do it again. Durden comes up with a steal this time. Lathan at the buzzer, it's no good. They were going to wave it off anyway. It wouldn't have counted. So at the end of one half, the Mules, that instant replay, by the way, a moment ago there by J.R. Lathan, presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Miss Lori Bussey is tuning in. Glad to have her alongside for some Mules basketball. Let's step away, Tim, for 1 minute. We've got multiple interviews coming up at halftime. Let's step away. We'll be right back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. As the name suggests, Barker's does more than just towing.
Here at Barker's, we offer a complete line of automotive services, including tires, brakes, alignments, maintenance, and repair.
And for our car enthusiasts, you'll enjoy our speed shop for quality performance parts.
We are locally owned and look forward to earning your business.
And for those times that you need a tow, Barker's Towing is available 24/7 for all of your towing and auto recovery needs.
It's Barker's by request. 573-785-7811.
Tired of wondering where your meat comes from? Country Road Market has the answer. We're bringing the farm straight to your table. From fresh cuts to custom processing, we do it all. Bring us your deer, hog, or cattle, and let our expert butchers work their magic. Skip the grocery store and support your local farmers. Country Road Market is located at 558 County Road 507, just off Highway KK in Wapapillo.
And we are back here at the half. The Mules down at 39-36. Once again, bringing back on Coach Lewis of the Poplar Bluff swim team. First off, I appreciate you letting me interview a couple of your players. Man, they were awesome to have on the air. I told both of them, once we get past the SEMO Conference, they got to come back and let me know how it went.
Yeah, they're excited. They're excited. I think they're a little surprised when I reached out. Lily, I don't think I told her until maybe today.
Nice.
And then I think KK's been prepping for a day or two.
She did a great job. She's all business. I like that. She is.
Every day, every second. She is one of the hardest workers that I have ever seen come through, the high school.
That is awesome.
She's a tough one.
What I wanted to ask you, I brought you back on because, and you and I have talked about this off the air, but I feel like sometimes, and I can say this because I've been a big advocate for women's sports all the way around. Sometimes at swim, in my opinion, and it's my fault too, we don't give it enough love as we should. So what I want to know from a coaching perspective, what are some things that you want the public to know about the swim team? I asked the girls this too, and they were all the same, that they put a lot of hard work into this. A lot of practice time goes in, and it's easy to say that a lot of family sacrifice goes in as well because they are constantly working, they're practicing, and then when they're not at a practice, they're doing their studies.
Yeah, first and foremost, it exists. It exists. I think a lot of people in the community don't know there's a swim team. It's
Sure.
hard because there's nothing on campus. So we're on the other side, of town, and we just don't have anything here on the high school campus to showcase, our events. And I think sometimes we get a bit overlooked, but.
Well, I want to change that here.
Yeah.
The culture here, we want to change that because Tim and I stand behind you guys 110%. So we want to do all we can to showcase your athletes as well. So I'll ask you as a coach, give me your thoughts on the first half. A pretty back and forth contest so far.
Yeah. I never played basketball growing up. I just know ball in the hoop.
Nice, all right.
But it's a lot of fun. I've been coming to more and more basketball games, more and more football games. Just out here and see these kids who only get 4 years. They only get 4 years of a shot to be able to participate in something like this, in the high school level. And to be able to see them on the court doing what they love and showcasing their talents, it's fun. It's fun to watch them.
It really is, and I've had a blast here tonight so far. I think the Mules will make their adjustments coming up in the second half, and I believe the Mules will come out and have a great third quarter and eventually carry on with this win. So SEMO Conference in 2 weeks. Tell us how the public can get involved to get behind these girls in a couple of weeks. Where can we go watch them at?
Well, you're going to have to go all the way out to Cape.
All the way to Cape.
At
All right.
their brand new facility. It's the bubble, but they put a building around it. It's a 22-lane pool, and I think it's been there since the late 80s. They just redid it, brand new, nice facility. Wish we had a nice facility like that with the diving board. And a matter of fact, that's where we have to go to practice the dive.
Wow.
We go once, twice a week, and we've been rotating between myself and Coach Michelle, who's one of my assistant coaches. She's been helping kind of take that on, so to make that possible. So it's almost like her second home, almost 90 miles away. But yep, I think it's a 4 o'clock start on the swim side, February 11th. I think maybe 2 o'clock for diving. I mean, that's a lot of fun to watch.
That's a lot of fun, absolutely.
Those are some brave girls, and brave to trust me with the coaching. I'm like, can you do this? And show a picture in a YouTube video.
That is great.
Make your body do that.
Well, what I want to do is, as soon as, maybe even before we get into the conference, maybe before the 11th, we look at our schedules, and I'm already thinking out loud, maybe homecoming night. Maybe bring some more players on, and maybe yourself, and let's pump up the SEMO Conference before we get started. What do you think about that?
They would love that.
All right, so we're going to hold you to that coming up. Thank you so much for making yourself available.
This is great. Frankie, let's turn the tables around here.
Okay.
How long have you been doing this?
This is my 16th season.
Can you see real clearly? Because, I'm short. I can't touch the floor, and I can't see this railing, through it. Can you get the whole scope of the game here and everything? How do you move so quickly? How does your brain work that quickly?
16 years of practice.
I know you keep saying that, but do you practice? Do you review the players' names and numbers?
Oh yeah, I need flashcards. I have flashcards like you wouldn't believe.
I bet so.
And I don't have to look down at my paper or my computer. I can look out and tell you who has the ball.
And you do that? Okay. Now, when you call football, do you have really good eyesight?
Yeah.
Seriously?
And I use binoculars too.
Do you really? Yeah. Do you have the kind that you just put on your head?
Put on my head.
You don't have to hold there?
Nope, they're on my eyes.
Are you? Okay.
No, I have.
Can we turn the camera around? Can we put you on camera? I bet he's the boss. Is he the boss?
He's the boss. I always tell people that if we make a mistake, it is all on him. There you go. He's going to give you a wave. But yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been the honor of my life to be known as the voice of the Mules.
Yes.
And I'm glad that with this streaming and everything that we're even able to bring more athletes on, more sports, and give them a shot as well.
No, the parents love it, community love it, and appreciate it very much.
Well, we appreciate you. We're going to get you on homecoming night, February 7th against Sykeston.
Okay.
Mark it down.
Mark it down.
Coach Beth Lewis joining us live. We're going to get Zoe Freeman to come on. She is the 4-time defending SEMO Conference champion in women's wrestling. We'll get her on, and we appreciate her. And thank you so much to Coach Lewis for hanging out with us here tonight. She is a class act all the way. 19 years as the coach. Sorry about that, Zoe. We wanted to bring you on to say congratulations. Recently winning the SEMO Conference in women's wrestling, a 4th consecutive season. What was that like?
It was awesome. I honestly wanted to just accomplish that, to show girls that they need to come out, they need to give the sport a try. I don't want them to graduate and it die off, of course. That was my whole goal in my wrestling career in high school, is to really bring eyes to the sport, and I think I have, and I think girls are more intrigued to kind of give it a shot because they've seen my success.
So let me ask you this. We're not through with the season yet, so what are some of your other goals coming up between now and the end of the season?
Yes, going into high school, I kind of made this mental checklist of I want to reach 100 wins. I want to be a district champion. I want to win conference.
How close are we to the 100 wins?
I did that last year.
Good deal. That's awesome.
And so the last goal that I've had was to win state. So I think that's what I'm working towards this year, is getting that state title. Nobody in Poplar Bluff's ever won state for wrestling, not even on the boys' side. So I want my name to have that title, the first person to win state in high school.
Well, that's one thing that so when does that all start for state? I mean, how close are we to getting into the districts and sectionals and stuff like that?
So next weekend we have a tournament, and then the weekend after that we have districts, and then following that is boys districts, and then following that is state.
So what I want to do is, between now and then, same thing I told Coach Beth Lewis, you got to keep us informed on how you're doing, how the team is doing, and we want to make sure that we showcase you guys as well, because you guys also put a lot of hard work into it as well.
Oh yes, of course.
So homecoming night, February 7th, I'm assuming you'll be here at the in the gym?
Yeah, I should be, yes.
So come back at homecoming, and we got a spot for you up here. We want to hear how the progress is going, and then more importantly, what's it looking like as you guys get closer and closer to districts. Real quick, look in that camera. What do you want to say to the folks watching right now? 4-time SEMO Conference champion in women's wrestling. Take it away.
I just want to say that I appreciate the community for all the support they've shown me the last 4 to 6 years. I wouldn't have accomplished as much as I did without that. And take this as a sign to get your girls into wrestling, make the sport grow, get bigger, because I don't want it to die off with me. I want these girls to go out there and show people that they can showcase a sport like I can.
Well, I appreciate you coming up here and talking to us before we get ready for the second half. Best of luck to you, and we will see you again coming up in about 10 days. Miss Zoe Freeman, the 4-time SEMO Conference champion in women's wrestling. We are back to live action. It'll be controlled by the Poplar Bluff Mules, and we are once again underway. It is a 3-point game. We are so honored to have all these amazing athletes coming on the air with us. First shot by Brendan Durden is no good. Rebounded by Thomas. Hayden Gilmore also in for the Kennett Indians. Dyson Watson, nice feed. Shot is no good by Antonio Flakes. Rebounded by Dallas Williams. I'll tell you what, we appreciate Tim and all he does as well on the camera, getting all these student athletes. What a move inside to Markel Hurd. Jay Edmondson gets the assist. Mules cut it back to a 1-point game. There's so much exciting sporting athletes with Poplar Bluff. That's why we really enjoy getting these kids on the program and giving them an opportunity to tell you what makes them unique in their sports. Shot is no good by Hayden Gilmore, rebounded by Markel Hurd. Here come the Mules now. Hurd looking, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. It'll be on the Mules, and they're going to call that one on Markel Hurd, an offensive foul, and that is number 3 for Markel Hurd. Briscoe going to come in now for the sophomore. Kenny Rowland is tuning in tonight. Glad to have you alongside, my friend. Talk about a good athlete. Kenny Rowland, no stranger to accomplishments as well. Ty Jones, quick hands. Antonio Flakes now. Back out to Ty Jones. Jones going inside. Hayden Gilmore gives it up to Thomas, and count it, and the bucket. Thomas with 4 points in the ball game. It's back to a 3-point game now. It'll be a foul on Poplar Bluff. We'll call that one on Justin Briscoe, his second personal. Thomas's free throw coming up now for the Mules, or I should say for the Indians rather. It is up, and it is no good. Briscoe will get the rebound. Now the Mules coming back down by 3 points. Dallas Williams going to keep it himself. Thought about giving it to Insco, now he does. Back around at Brendan Durden, going back inside to Briscoe. Turnaround jumper is too strong. It is rebounded by Dyson Watson. Watson trying to go inside on Brendan Durden. Usually that doesn't happen. Durden does a great job defensively. Ball is nearly taken away there. Good job by the Mules defense. Ty Jones going inside to Thomas. Back to a wide open Ty Jones. Boy, that was a nice backdoor cut by Thomas to Ty Jones. He's got 6 points. It is back to a 5-point game. Shot is no good, and we're going to go out of bounds. So Dallas Williams taking a seat. J.R. Lathan coming back in for Poplar Bluff. Going the other way is Dyson, and Dyson Watson going to get fouled. I believe it's going to be on Briscoe. No, they're going to say Brendan Durden instead. That's going to be his second. Team foul number 3 already here in the third quarter of play. Dyson Watson with 11 points here in the contest. He'll get the first free throw, and it's up and it's good. It's back to a 6-point game now. Kennett in the ball game, 7 of 8 right now on the free throw line. Watson with 12 points on the free throw line. He is 1 for 1 tonight. His first opportunity at the charity stripe. and he knocks them both down. It's now back to a 7-point game. Boy, Kennett, they are giving Poplar Bluff all they want and then some. Justin Briscoe with a big jumper there. Good job by Briscoe. He's got 4 points. Dyson Watson missing the layup. Briscoe got the rebound. And now Jay Edmondson going inside the paint. Bounce pass to J.R. Lathan. Now back to Durden. Durden stepping inside the paint. Goes up and scores. He's got 9. And just like that, the Mules take a 7-point deficit and they turn it around back to a 1-possession game. What was that, Tim? Cut the feed? No, don't cut the feed, my friend. We don't want to lose, folks. Boy, look at Durden nearly having a steal, and now we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. I'm not sure if it's either going to be on Lathan or Briscoe. They both were there. It'll be on Briscoe, and that is number 3 on that young man. Mules now with their 4th foul in the quarter. Ty Jones with 6 points on the night. He is 2 of 2 on the free throw line so far. First one is up and it's good. It's now 46-42. It is a 4-point game. Second one is up and it's good as well. He's got 8 points. And we're going to see back in the ball game Zane Franklin, number 11. He'll come in for Thomas. 4:35 to go here in the third quarter. Mules down by 5. Still very much alive in this ball game. Durden gets it out to J.R. Lathan. Back over to Briscoe. Briscoe now to Insco. Edmondson. Triple teamed, it gets it back around. Durden now, he'll take the rock inside the free throw line, knocks it down. He's got 11. Boy, nice shot by Brendan Durden. Nearly a steal there by the Mules. Dyson Watson, a long pass to Franklin, or make that Flakes rather. Flake's shot is no good, and last touched, it should be last touched by Kennett, and it is. .357 to go here in the third. And now Insco back over to Edmondson. Edmondson looking around and gets it to J.R. Lathan. Mules down by 3. Durden trying to tie it, no good. And the rebound by Ty Jones. Boy, Mules went for the tie there, would have been huge. Mules student section very much in this ball game. Flakes gives it up to a wide open Franklin, launches one, it's no good. Rebounded by Justin Briscoe. Briscoe with 4 points in the contest. Durden inside the paint, and he is going to draw the contact. Don't believe he was in the act of shooting. It'll be on Zane Franklin. We'll see if they give him. They are going to say he was in the act of shooting. I didn't know if they were going to give him the act or not. Durden, 11 points in the ball game, 3 rebounds and 4 assists. He has not been at the free throw line all night. He is shooting 66% for the season. Knocks down the first one. It is back to a 2-point game. Dallas Williams coming in for Briscoe. On the other end, Zane Franklin coming out. Thomas is back in. Durden, a dozen points on the night. Trying to make it a 1-point game, and this one's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Antonio Flakes. Mules have out-rebounded Kennett 16-13 here in the ball game. Mules still shooting 58%. Gilmore launches a 3, no good. Rebounded by Dallas Williams. Williams now to Durden. Mules down by 2 points. They can tie it on this possession. No, they're going for the lead. It's going to be a short shot there by Dallas Williams. It is rebounded by Dyson Watson. Mules going for the lead. Could not tie it on that one. And now we're going to get a whistle on J.R. Lathan, I believe. It'll be his first. And now we're shooting free throws the remainder of this quarter. Tell you what, I give all the credit to Coach McBroom and the Kennett Indians. They've come out to play tonight. Kennett entering tonight's ball game. They have lost the last 4 ball games. They have lost 6 of their last 7. Their last win was against Greenville back on January 7th. They won that game by 10. Trying to stun the Mules here tonight on their home floor. First one by Watson is good. We're going to see Briscoe coming back in for the Mules. J.R. Lathan will take a seat. Second one is on the way by Dyson Watson. 14 points. Him and Gilmore, 14 of their 48. Or 28 rather of their 48, make it 49. Back to a 4-point game again. Dallas Williams with the rock. Briscoe trying to get open. Little bumping foul there by Antonio Flakes. Yes, sir. Good call there by the official. Was right there. Williams trying to drive, and Flakes tried to step in, but could not get out of the way. And instead, a foul going to be called, his second, team foul number 2. Briscoe gets the inbound. Pull-up jumper is good by Briscoe. He's got 6. Mules once again cutting it back down, a 2-point lead. Poplar Bluff has outscored the Indians 11-10 so far in the quarter. Still got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. JV had no problem tonight, won by 50. But the varsity, man, they are having a time with the Indians so far. Dyson Watson getting away, going inside. The running floater is no good. Rebounded that time by Makai Insko. Mules can tie the game or take the lead. Edmondson this time going up to tie the ball game and does. He's got 6 points, and we are tied at 49. Boy, Mules needed that one for sure. No doubt about that one. Dyson Watson, big possession now both ways, on offense for Kennett, for defense for the Mules. We are tied at 49. Ty Jones over to Dyson Watson. Watson thought about taking a 3-pointer. Back over to make that Ty Jones. Now Jones finds Thomas. Thomas going back inside to Ty Jones that knocks it down. It is back to a 2-point game. 51-49 and a turnover on Poplar Bluff. It goes back to the Indians with 1:02 to go in the third. Dyson Watson bringing it down the floor. J.R. Lathan going to check back in for the Mules momentarily. Mules could use a stop right now. Flakes goes in and give him the 2 points. It is back to a 4-point game again. Dallas Williams guarded by Flakes. Going to be off the knee, or the hands rather, of Antonio Flakes. And now we're going to see J.R. Lathan back in for Makai Insko. 53-49 is the current score. Mules down by 4. Durden over to Edmondson. Edmondson somehow does not lose his dribble. And now J.R. Lathan for 3. It's no good. Ball is batted around into the hands of Briscoe. Goes up and scores. He's got 8 points. Big time bucket for the Mules. That one looked like disaster written all over it, and the Mules still come away with the points. 53-51, big possession here. Dyson Watson's shot is no good, and we have played 3 full quarters. We've got ourselves a ball game. We'll step away for 1 minute. Mules down 53-51 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties Mozark Realty, our clients come first. Our team of full-time agents go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. At a glance, we are outdoorsmen, but if you dig deeper, you will find real estate experts ready to help you write the next chapter of your life. Contact any of the full-time agents of Mozark Realty at 712-2252 or online at mozark.com.
We know that having a strong defense is key to winning any game, and that's why you need Edmondson and Holt, attorneys at law, by your side. Just like the Mules face challenges with grit and determination, Edmondson and Holt will handle your legal matters with that same drive and commitment. From complex cases to straightforward advice, Edmondson and Holt is the strong local defense you need. For a free consultation, call Edmondson and Holt at 573-785-0127.
So as we get back to live action, it'll be Kennett basketball. So glad to have you alongside. I'm Frankie Castile alongside Tim Hicks. Kennett now going to inbound the ball, and they do in the backcourt. Mules outscoring the Indians 15-14 in that last quarter. Mules down by 1. Lathan and Durden guarding, double teaming at Dyson Watson, who's got 15 points. Gilmore's got 14. Good job by J.R. Lathan, and now good shot by Ty Jones. And he banks it in, 55-51 now. Mules down by 4 again. J.R. Lathan with the ball in his hand, giving it up to Briscoe, and Briscoe is going to have it taken away, but there's a foul by Dyson Watson, and that'll be his second personal foul. 7:22 to go. Markel Hurd is back in the ball game, and he will come in. The Mules have 6 players. And now they're going to get Jay Edmondson off. Coach Durden called a timeout before a technical was called. It'll be a 30-second timeout. I think they heard me on the sideline when I said we got 6 on the floor. They about inbounded that ball, and that would have been disaster. That would have been 2 free throws and the ball for Kennett. Nevertheless, our ball game is being brought to you by Ozark Total Healthcare, also being brought to you by Senator Jason Bean, Maverick Glass, Edmondson and Holt attorneys at law, and being brought to you by Air Solutions, Larry Hillis Dodge, our good friends at Eye Care Specialists, Christian Automotive and Tire, and Subway. Proud supporters of the Poplar Bluff Mules. Always good to have them alongside for Poplar Bluff Mules sports. And now following the timeout, here is the inbound as J.R. Lathan now with it. Back around Markel Hurd, who just checked in, as did Makai Insko. Markel Hurd actually staying on the bench for the time being. Dallas Williams for 3, it's no good. Rebounded by Dyson Watson. Big rebound there for the Kennett Indians. Watson trying to go inside, throws it up off the backboard and knocks it down. He's got 17 points, and now it is back to a 6-point game. Mules do not need to panic in this situation. Durden counted and won. 14 points in the ball game. That is a huge 3-point play swing, and that instant replay presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. It's going to be on Thomas. It'll be his first, and now Durden with 14 points. It is back to a 4-point game. Can make this a 1-possession game on the free throw, and he does. It is 57-54 now. Hayden Gilmore, got to watch him. He is a dangerous individual with the ball in his hand. He knows how to play for sure. Dyson Watson, 17 points. Looking for a dagger. Gilmore says, I'll take the dagger, and he does. 17 points for the young man. Williams, long 2. It is up, and it's good. He's got 16 points. Big shot there for the Mules. They needed that one. Got to stay pace. Antonio Flakes goes up. It's no good. Rebounded by Insko. Markel Hurd, who just checked back in. We're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on Brendan Durden. It'll be his 3rd personal foul. And Durden, he is leaving the game, and he hurt himself. He is going right back toward the locker room as well. Makai Insko also cramping a little bit, so he's going to leave the ball game as well. So 2 Mules players right in a row getting injured. Believe Insko, his is going to be cramps. He is getting worked out right now on the sideline with one of our trainers from Ozark Total Healthcare. And we're going to get a travel called on Antonio Flakes. One thing about Kennett so far tonight, they don't have many turnovers, only 7 so far in the ball game. Mules have 11, but the Mules are down by 4 points. Still have a long way to go in this one. No reason to panic whatsoever. Briscoe, off balance shot, you better believe it. He's got 10 points. It is now back to within 2. Boy, the Mules, they are not going to quit. J.R. Lathan is having a phenomenal ball game here, especially when it comes to distributing the basketball. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Great job defensively by the Mules. Kennett with back-to-back turnovers. Brendan Durden back in the ball game now. J.R. Lathan comes out. Under 5 minutes to play here in the ball game. Mules down by 2 points, and the Mules are going to lose it. Turnover there. Antonio Flakes with the steal. Mules need to stop right here. Keep it to a 2-point game if they can. Still have a lot of time. This one is going to come down to the wire. This one very well could be whoever's holding the ball last going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Brendan Durden with 4:18 to go. Good defense by the Mules. And we're going to see J.R. Lathan back in. He'll come in for Briscoe. We may get a timeout though as well. I believe it's a full timeout. If it is a full timeout. So we'll step away 30 seconds and come right back. It is a 2-point game. The Indians lead the Mules 60-58. Back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention farmers. Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire is running a farm special on tractor tires until the end of the year. Yes, you heard that correctly. Until the end of the year, Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire carries all the big names you know and trust. They also offer all sizes. No matter what size tractor you have, they can get you taken care of. For all of your tractor tire needs, call Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire at 573-840-5053 and ask for Shannon Bradley. That's 573-840-5053.
Well, we are having ourselves quite the battle here in Poplar Bluff as the Mules and the Indians right now. Only 2 points separates these two teams. We had a feeling that it was going to be a close ball game, and so far it has lived up to the hype. The Indians now with 2 timeouts. Mules, they've got 3 timeouts. And the Mules coming back out on the floor. For the Mules, it is Markel Hurd, J.R. Lathan, Jay Edmondson, Dallas Williams, and Brendan Durden. For the Indians, Hayden Gilmore is going to inbound to Dyson Watson. Also Ty Jones, Antonio Flakes, and Thomas is on the floor right now. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up on Markel Hurd, and that's his 4th. That's his 4th personal. Team foul number 2, each team with 2 fouls in the quarter. Makai Insko is going to check back in. Mules, by the way, trying to do something they have not done in a long time this season. Mules are trying to win back-to-back games, going all the way back to mid-December. Gilmore three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Brendan Durden. And we're going to get a whistle here and a foul coming up. Durden, I like the foul because he was on a breakaway. That'll be a foul on Ty Jones at just his 1st personal. Mules, by the way, won 3 games in a row back in mid-December. They are trying to win back-to-back games since that time. Be the first time. Edmondson trying to tie the ball game, gives it up. J.R. Lathan now to Durden. Durden driving the lane, goes up and no good. Oh, I thought that was going to go in. Rebounded by Thomas. The lucky bounce did not go his way this time. It looked like it was going to go down, but not to be the case. 3:18 to go in the ball game. Still have plenty of time remaining, only down by 2 points. Just got to get a stop here on defense. Antonio Flakes now, guarded by Dallas Williams, and we're going to get a foul on Williams. And now the Mules only have one more foul to give the remainder of this ball game. Mules have one more foul to give, and then we're shooting free throws the rest of the way. 3:06 to play. Mules, by the way, do have the possession arrow in case of a tie-up. Oh, look at Jay Edmondson with a big steal. You better believe it, tied the ball game. Took it away from Ty Jones, and we are tied at 60. Boy, great play there by the senior. And now Ty Jones just gets it across. Ty Jones over to Flakes for 3. It is no good. Big rebound by Ty Jones, and now we're going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Mules. Big crowd watching us on YouTube and on Facebook. So glad to have you folks alongside. Hit that share button. Let us know where you're watching. 2:31 to go in the ball game. We are tied at 60. Durden and Makai Insko double teaming. Gilmore pull-up jumper is good. Boy, he's got 19 points here in the ball game. We're going to get a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay here. It'll be a timeout on the Kennett Indians. They've got one timeout left. Boy, what a ball game here tonight. 62 to 60. We'll keep it here. In the JV game, it was all Poplar Bluff. Mules ran away with that one. Coach Seth McBroom told me that he thought his team was well prepared on the varsity level, that is, to come in here and play well. And you know what? He knows his stuff. He is absolutely correct. Tora Rochelle is tuning in from Jonesboro, Arkansas. So now Justin Briscoe checking back in for the Mules. He checks in for J.R. Lathan. Sammy Durden got injured during pregame warm-ups. His night is done. And that's a big loss for the Mules. Edmondson back out to Makai Insko. Insko back to Edmondson. Now over to Durden. Durden trying to tie the ball game. Shot is no good. And the rebound is going to be taken by Dyson Watson. But here come the Mules right back. Durden again goes up and tie the game. We are tied at 62. 1:45 to play here in the ball game. Oh, what a move inside. What a move to Ty Jones. Kennett regains the lead at 64-62. And we're going to get a whistle here and a foul on Dyson Watson. It'll be his third. So now the Indians have no more fouls to give. Renee, I appreciate that. She's at home watching the UNC game. She said that game is muted. She's watching the Mules. 2-point game going inside. Durden again is going to get fouled. And he is going to go shoot some free throws. And these are some pretty big free throws coming up. Now the Mules are in the double bonus the rest of the way. Thomas picks up the foul. Durden has 17 points. He is 2 of 3 on the free throw line tonight. Boy, these are some big free throws right here for Brendan Durden. 2 of 3 on the night, 17 points. First one is up, and it is good. Mules down by 1. Durden can tie the game on this free throw opportunity here. We're going to see Markel Hurd checking back in the ball game for Justin Briscoe. Tell you what, nobody puts in more time than Brendan Durden. That kid is everywhere on the floor. Durden, 3 out of 4 on the night. This one to tie. And hits the front end, no good. Antonio Flakes with the rebound. Still got plenty of time in the game. 64-63. Shot is up and good by Ty Jones as he goes all the way to the rim. It is a 3-point game. Don't need to rush the shot. Edmondson cannot get the shot to go down. It is rebounded by Thomas, and we've got a foul. It'll be on Jay Edmondson, his third, and that is the final foul to give in the ball game on either side. J.R. Lathan coming in for Brendan Durden. Durden coming up hobbling a little bit. Boy, this would be a big win for the Indians if they're able to secure it. They get it in to Ty Jones. Jones now nearly lost it. He is back to midcourt, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Kennett Indians. It is their final timeout. It should be a full timeout. It is a full timeout, so let's step away for 30 seconds, 55.9 seconds. We're back in 30 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Insurance decisions shouldn't be a shot in the dark. With expert advice, personalized service, and a wide range of carriers, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners should be your first choice. We're not just experienced agents, we're your partners. We offer a wide range of carriers for tailored coverage and better rates. So expect a handshake, a chat, and solutions that fit like a well-tailored suit. For auto, home, business, life, health, and even Medicare, make Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners your first choice for insurance. It's our family protecting your family.
All right, so we are back. Kennett is now out of timeouts. 55.9 seconds left. Mules, by the way, they've got 3 timeouts remaining. So, boy, this would be a big win for the Kennett Indians. Mules are looking to go 1-1 in the conference. The Indians are looking for their second win in the conference. Still have a lot of ball game left to be played. Here we go on the inbound. They get it inbounded, and a quick foul by Brendan Durden, who just checked in a moment ago for the Mules. So Durden, his 4th personal foul. A couple of free throws now coming up for Dyson Watson. Boy, these are big free throws too. Misses the first one. Mules get a small break on that one. One more free throw upcoming for Dyson Watson. It is up, and he missed them both. Rare misses. Williams on the rebound. Don't need a 3, just got to get points. Durden goes up and scores. He's got 20, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Mules. Big time shot by Brendan Durden, and this one I believe is also a full timeout. Mules with 2 timeouts left. Let's go ahead and stay here. Tim's giving me the signal to stay here, so we'll stay here for this timeout. What a ball game here tonight in Poplar Bluff as the Mules, they have trailed throughout this entire game. They have led a couple of times, but their lead has not been by much. It has only been a very small lead. Kennett, meanwhile, Kennett has led by as many as 7 points, and they have led multiple times in this ball game. Coming up following this contest, we will have a live interview on the way with Coach Aaron Duncan. 2 timeouts left. It is a 1-point ball game. The Indians will have the ball. Mules do have 2 timeouts. 66-65 is the score. Now the Indians set to inbound. They get it in to Dyson Watson, and we're going to get a foul by Jay Edmondson right out of the gate, and that'll be his 4th. And now we're going to walk the length of the floor. Dyson Watson, who just missed 2 free throws a moment ago, he is now back on the free throw line. At best, he is 4 out of 6 on the night. If he makes both, it's still a 1-possession game. He makes the first one. Durden going to come back in the ball game now for Makai Insko. Second one is on the way. It is up and it is good as well. It is a 3-point game. Don't need a 3, just got to get some points. They're going to double team Durden. They do double team Durden, and it works. A steal by Watson. Goes up and scores. And now it's a 5-point game. Durden is slow to get up, and oh no, he's grabbing the knee, maybe the ankle. And the trainer is coming out to look at him. Tim, let's break for 30 seconds and come right back. That is not what you want to see. We'll be back on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Poplar Bluff Monument Works is dedicated to care, compassion, and community. For more than 50 years and passed down through generations, Poplar Bluff Monument Works has been an important piece of our community, standing with us in our most difficult moments while we grieve the loss of a loved one. Poplar Bluff Monument Works is there to guide you through the entire process. From vision and design concepts to the expertly etched stone monument that beautifully reflects your loved one's life. Poplar Bluff Monument Works, memories carved in stone.
Well, Durden is up on his feet, but he's got to be helped off, and he can't put any weight on that right leg. And boy, that just turns your stomach to see that. This kid gives 150% every ball game, day in and day out. And now Preston Moore, one of our assistant coaches, helping him to the sideline. Makai Insko is back in the ball game, and he is in agonizing pain there on the sideline. I can see he's grimacing all the way around. Mules down by 5 points. Still have some game left. Outside to J.R. Lathan for 3. It's no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Dallas Williams. And that'll be his 3rd. Trying to watch the ball game and everything going on with Brendan, and I see Faith down there, his mother. Watson free throw is up and good. He's got 22 points. 71-65 is the score. Second one is on the way. Knocks them both down. Boy, Mules had a couple of chances here. Now they're down by 7, and there's another almost turnover. Hurd keeps it alive. Williams now backpedals. 3-pointer is in and out, no good. And the rebound by Ty Jones. And now this one's going to get away. Kennett will come away. The victors 72-65. The main thing is checking on Brendan Durden. We'll come back. I think we're going to be interviewing one of the coaches coming up. Mules fall tonight 72-65. We'll be back. You're watching live coverage. It is Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Russian Towing and Automotive is here to help. A cracked windshield or unexpected car trouble? Russian Towing has you covered. Since 1956, the Russian family has been dedicated to keeping our roads safe. Now Russian's Towing offers comprehensive auto repairs, on-site windshield repairs, and full windshield replacements. Whether it's a cracked windshield, an oil change, unexpected car trouble, or you need a tow, it's Russians to the rescue at 573-785-6349.
And we are back here live in Poplar Bluff. Joining us right now, the assistant coach, Aaron Duncan. And obviously, Coach, I want to talk about the game, but you know where my attention will go. So we'll go to you first, Coach. What was you going to ask?
Just saying, put your stats on there.
Oh, okay. Well, on which side? You want to see ours or theirs?
It don't matter.
So we'll start with ours. First off, we shot the ball pretty well tonight once again. Second night in a row where we have shot over 50%. Tonight, though, did not go our way. We actually out-rebounded 22-21 overall. Kennett with 10 turnovers. We had 13. We shot 71% from inside the three-point line, 5 of 17 from beyond, but only 9 free throw attempts for the Mules so far. And then the free throws for the Indians, they were 16 out of 19.
So we just gave up too many points in the first half. I mean, I think, what, they have 37? Defensively, we've been 39 a half. I mean, we've been holding teams to, in the 40s for a total game. So defensively, first half, it just wasn't there. And we got to get to the foul line more than 9 times. We drove, and they're playing 2-3. So you're driving in there or getting offensive rebounds on 2 or 3 guys and going up and, we're just not getting to the foul line. So, that's tough when they're going to the paint and they're getting to the foul line and we're not getting to the foul line. That's tough. But we've got to lock up defensively in the first half, and we just didn't.
We began the game with one of the Durden boys being injured, not being able to play, and boy, that really took our sails away, it seemed like, early today.
It did, and it was after, the lineups are announced, and then we got to just, somebody's got to just jump in there, and so we'll just see what happens. It's just wasn't a good situation.
Obviously, and then obviously right in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line, it seemed like I couldn't see it from up here, but, obviously Brendan gets injured as well, and obviously it's too soon, but what do we know right now?
Well, I mean, he was a little before that. His ankle was bothering him a little bit, but then, he dove into him there, and so, I mean, you're going to get hurt like that. I mean, when that's going on, so that's just part of it.
One thing that we looked at here tonight is we knew it was going to be a battle stopping, Dyson, Watson, and Ty Jones, and And also Hayden Gilmore too. He drained several threes and really kept Kennett alive pretty much all night.
I mean, defensively, when they drove, we collapsed and then we stood. So, and we hadn't done that. Saturday we didn't do that at all. I mean, that's why we held that team to what we held them to. But and then in practice, the last few days we didn't do that. So I don't know what it was, but we got to get back at it, and we can't allow that.
We've got a couple of games off, and I want to say that our schedule gets easier, but, Coach, it really doesn't, because coming up on Friday, we are on the road at Cape Central. And at this point, obviously being a Tuesday night, we don't know the status of two of our starters.
No, we don't. So we'll just have to find out, and, we'll just have to go from there. But, yeah, going into Cape, it's usually homecoming when we go up there. So, I mean, they're going to be ready to play. They've been playing, some good ball this year. And, they just beat Jackson at Jackson last week. And so, it'll be a tough test. And, district opponents, conference opponents. So it'll be a tough test.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for your time. I'll let you get back to your team. We'll see you Friday night at Cape Central High School.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
You betcha. Coach Aaron Duncan joining us live, and we'll keep it short and sweet tonight as the Mules fall to the Indians 72-65. Let's go over the scoring breakdown here early on, or I should say not early on. We'll go over the scoring breakdown for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Mules shot the ball overall 56%. We talked about that a moment ago with the assistant coach, rather. Mules shot the ball 56%. They were 27 of 48 overall. They also just shot 9 free throws overall, 67%. And they were 5 out of 17 from behind the arc, 22 rebounds, 18 assists, 13 turnovers, 6 steals, and 3 blocks on the night. Obviously, the biggest loss of the night is we didn't have Sammy Durden to begin with. He got injured during the pregame warm-ups, and then late in that fourth quarter, obviously all concern right now is on Brendan Durden, and I'm not going to speculate on what the injury was. I did hear Coach say maybe an ankle injury. I'm not sure. It looked like from where we were sitting, it could have been anywhere from the knee down to the ankle. We don't know. I'm not going to speculate, and we will continue to follow up on that the remainder of this week, and hopefully we'll get some good news by Friday. By the time that we roll in to Cape Central High School, the Mules will need as much as we can and then some coming up on Friday night. So we'll wait and see how it all pans out. But right now, the obvious is going to be the health of the Durden brothers, and we hope that they are good, and we hope that they're going to be able to come back here coming up on Friday night. We'll wait and see how that all pans out. In the meantime, we'll keep them in our thoughts and our prayers. And tonight, the Mules were led by Brendan Durden, had 20 points overall, 4 assists and 4 rebounds for the Mules. Also, Dallas Williams, another big night for that young man as well. Dallas Williams ended up tonight with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And then from there, you look at where the scoring fell. How about Justin Briscoe tonight? 10 points, 4 rebounds. Also tonight, 8 points by J.R. Lathan make that 8 points by Jay Edmondson. 6 assists, 4 points each by Markel Hurd, 3 rebounds. 4 points by J.R. Lathan to go along with 3 rebounds and 5 assists. And 3 points by Bryson Paulkner. And that is your scoring breakdown for the night as the Mules fall. Final score, 72-65, as the Mules now go to 8-10 on the season. Our next opportunity is going to come up on Friday night when the Mules will travel to Cape Central. Tim and I will be there for that ball game. It should be a good one, and we can't wait to bring it to you, as Poplar Bluff will take on the Cape Central Tigers coming up on Friday night. And as Coach said, it looks like it's going to be homecoming night. So we might get started a little bit later depending on how everything goes with homecoming festivities. Once again, let's say a big thank you to our sponsors making all this possible. Without them, we could not do what we do. They include Ozark Total Healthcare, Senator Jason Bean, Maverick Glass, and being brought to you by Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law, Air Solutions, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, Christian Automotive and Tire. Also being brought to you by Subway, Country Road Market, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Pizza Inn, and being brought to you by our good friends at Village Express, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, Mossy Oak Properties, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners, and being brought to you by Baldwin Toyota, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, also Kevin's Auto Repair, and First Midwest Bank. Mules fall tonight, final score 72-65. Our next broadcast coming up on Friday night, right around 7:15, live at Cape Central High School. For Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castile. We're saying so long tonight as the Mules do not get it done. We are now 8-10 on the season. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. live on the radio. For Mules basketball, we're back on Friday night. Thanks again for tuning in for your exclusive home of the Poplar Bluff Mules. This is the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.